parents, as we all try to fill the shoes of our teachers, we may be hitting some road bumps. How about I change that? We are hitting some road bumps. Amanda Lee from Brain Balance San Diego is here. Hi, with some body and brain breaks. Amanda, I know that we've talked about heroes all over. We've talked about doctors and nurses and then grocery workers, but our teachers need to be a part of that group too.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, these teachers. Appreciation for them every day. I have 4 kids
100%.
at home, 3 of which I'm trying to homeschool when I leave here and go home and do that. How much time do we realistically need to be teaching versus letting them just be?
So first of all, I want to congratulate all you parents, including yourself, for taking on that role. As you mentioned, teachers are working very hard around the clock, and they deserve that recognition year-round. But know that you as parents are doing the best that you can with what you got, right? And I'm glad that you're asking these questions. How much movement should my kid be getting versus just letting them bleed? There is a reason why unstructured play is important, but right now structure is so critical for the health of a household and for the proper development of your child. So really, the more you can move, the better.
Okay, so I look forward to when it's not raining in San Diego, because I like the kids. I'm like, recess, and I do recess like 10 times a day. Every time I start to get frustrated, recess, go outside. Because we can't go to the parks, what can we do?
Yeah, so if it is a sunny day, taking those body and brain breaks is so critical to kind of reset and just get your body flowing. If you can go outside, playing with the ball and doing what they normally would do at recess is key. So taking those good breaks, definitely make sure you don't lean towards the breaks that they normally wouldn't be taking, like playing with video games. If you can't go outside, I know the rain is coming soon, making sure that you have activities indoors. You can play horse and basketball at home. Work on those fine motor skills and hand and eye coordination with different weights and sizes, just shooting it into a wastebasket, or even playing lava. Do you remember playing that as a kid? Balancing on uneven surfaces and just being silly and moving around, or even flashlight tag. I think that's a really fun activity for kids to do indoors.
Okay, Amanda, I'm looking at this next point that we're going to talk about, and it talks about red flags of learning trouble.
Yes.
I have a 6-year-old, and I don't know if it's just the attitude that mommy is teaching me at home, and I just don't like what's happening, and they have so much more respect for their teachers, or if maybe some of these things are really some things that we should be concerned about, because we know that our kids are having a hard time listening to mom and dad.
That's true, but sometimes parents know best, and you begin to notice some patterns that you may not have noticed before, or the challenges that you did experience are a little bit more exacerbated. So maybe reading is a lot more laborious than you're used to. Maybe the kids are having a hard time sounding out words. Maybe they're reading just fine, but can't really tell you what they just read. Those are some red flags for sure. With distance learning, there is a lot of reading involved on the computer, so having them read out loud to you and seeing how that's going is key. Maybe they're having issues with attention and focus and motivation. Sometimes that is an indicator that something is going on as well, and they're trying to avoid it. One thing for sure that parents may be noticing is that your child is spending a lot longer on that assignment or on those directions than is necessary. Perhaps you need to repeat those concepts repeatedly before they can understand it or really take that next step.
But Amanda,
that's something key to pay attention to.
But how much of that realistically? I mean, come on, we're like the moms and dads. They already have a hard time listening to us to begin with. How much of that could be maybe a learning developmental thing to where that they're just frustrated, just like the parents are with everything that's happening? Their environment has changed, their friends are not around, their structure is all changed, and now you got to deal with mom and dad sitting down and saying, let's read, and they're like, no, I don't want to do it.
Well, generally, it's no big deal if you're running into these roadblocks, as you mentioned, here and there, right? But when it's a consistent pattern and there is this front and attitude and defiance even, then that usually is an indication something more is going on. And what we do here at Brain Balance is we want to get to the root of these challenges, right? Whether it is comprehension or behavior or focus, understanding really what's going on versus just, oh, it's just a phase, is key. You want to nip those challenges in the bud early on.
I'm waiting for the day we can give our kids. I love my kids at home. I can't wait to give them back to y'all again, because you're definitely the professionals and trained to deal with this. Amanda, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
For more tips on brain balance, you can head to our website, fox5sandiego.com, and click the Scene On tab.